Well, hey y'all, it's Lizzie here. Today is November the 8th. Yeah, it's my 1 week weigh-in. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, so last week I weighed in at 261.2. Okay, and this week I weighed in at 254.1. That's a 7.1 pound weight loss. Yes, I'm so excited. Yes. Okay, so because I didn't know how the low carb thing was gonna work, and I did really well. I did really well. Let's see. Okay, so let's do the bad stuff first. All right. Yeah, I know I started on the 1st. And on the 3rd is my son's birthday. His 25th birthday. And he's never really been into birthday cakes and stuff like this. And years ago, I started making these, they're called Striped Delights, and it's got a layer of chocolate pudding and a layer of, it's like a cheesecake batter, a no-bake cheesecake, and then the crust, the no-bake crust. Well, anyway, so my baby daughter I taught her how to make it years ago. And, well, not years ago, but about 4 years ago, I guess. But anyway, well, she made it. And I didn't think anything about it. She went up to the store, she bought all the ingredients, and I didn't think anything about it. And I have been, kind of staying in my room away from, all the temptations. Well, my son comes in here and he's like, "Mama, you gonna come in and cut my cake?" And I was like, "Okay, baby, I'll be in there in a minute." And so I walked in there and I told my husband, I said, "Joey," I said, "Man," we call my son Man. We, called him that since he's a baby. And I said, "Man wants me to cut his cake." And, my husband gives me this look because I really didn't want to. But, it's my son's birthday. So I cut the cake and I'm serving it. And I've got all this gooey, chocolatey, creamy all over my fingers. And, normally whenever you cut something and you got all that and you're wanting to lick your hands. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Well, my husband, he walks up to me. He grabs my hand, and I kid you not. And he sucks all the stuff off my hand. And I looked at him, and I said, "This is cruel and unusual punishment." Of course, I washed my hands afterwards, but, I was like, and it wasn't that bad of a temptation, not having it. And because it did sit in the refrigerator for, I think there's still a piece sitting in there that's left over, and I haven't touched it. Well, yeah, so, and it really, after it was made and cut, the temptation was just gone, because it wasn't fresh anymore. So I guess that's, anyway. So, yeah. All right. So, on to the next thing. Let me see. Any other temptations that I've had? Not really. My oldest daughter, with that birthday cake, she was like, "Mama, you're not going to have a piece." And I'm like, "No, baby. Mama's not going to have a piece." And she just thought that was just awful, that I wasn't having, a piece of his celebration cake. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey. No, you know, I mean, I'm doing my best with this. Well, anyway, so before all this started, I had went out and I had got a few vegetables, not many, put them in our refrigerator. Well, and this is kind of a blessing in a way, our refrigerator started freezing all of our vegetables. Yeah, our vegetables and whatnot. So I went out, I think it was day before yesterday, and I have a little small mini fridge in here. It's the part that I'm in right here, as you can see behind me, is my sewing area. And I keep my little, and it's actually, I don't know, you know those refrigerators that they have at Sam's, those wine cooler looking ones? It's got the little U-shaped things. It looks like that, except it's got the flat shelves instead of the U-shaped things. So anyway, and I bought this, I don't know, 3 years ago probably, and I bought it for water. It's been at least 4 or 5 years ago that I bought this one. Well, anyway, so I put all the vegetables in that, and you know, so I go in there, and these people is in there eating my food. They're eating my food, and I'm like, all right, on low carb. And I know this is kind of similar to keto, but it's not keto. Because I know on keto you can have really high fats. And I limit the fats that I have. And, you know, in proteins, I don't really monitor. You know, I try to get, you know, a good amount of proteins. But if I don't have high proteins, or if I do have high proteins, it's fine. Well, anyway, so they're in there, you know, eating my, you know, because everything that I buy, I look on the back and I check the carbs and the sugars. And I walk in the kitchen. Yep, here they go. So I go up to the store and I buy more vegetables, which of course I had to put that in here. And which I told them, I said, you know, it's in there and there's a reason for it. It's not that y'all can't have it. It's just at the refrigerator. We got to figure out what's going on with it. It's freezing my vegetables. And, but I bought, I don't know what all I bought. I bought bacon and I bought some sausage. And did y'all know that, because I was going to buy some of the kielbasa sausage. It's kind of high in carbs. I didn't realize that because I thought all meats would be kind of, you know, low in carbs, but kind of high. Well, anyway, so I told Joey, because I had taken some out yesterday morning before I went to the store. And when I realized that, I called Joey and I said, Joey, I said, I'm just going to, we'll put some beans on. And I'm not eating the beans because I know, I can't have that. But I said, you know, y'all can have the beans and I'll make me something else. Well, anyway, but I bought some bacon, sausage. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought me an 8-pack of hamburger patties, the 100% Angus hamburger patties. So I get back to the house and I bought some other stuff too. But everything that I bought, I cut it in half. The bacon, because when I went into the kitchen the other day, and I share, I don't expect them to not eat anything. you know, but I do expect that them to share with me, you know, because they know that I'm on a certain diet, that, you know, for my health, that I can only have certain things. So I'll go into the kitchen. I cut the bacon in half, and I had bought Ziploc bags. I put half of it in one Ziploc bag, one half of it in the other, and I hand the one to my oldest girl, Tiffany. And I said, Tiffany, this is y'all's. This one is mine. Mine went into my refrigerator in my bedroom. I kid you not. Well, then the sausage patties, there was 30 of them, and I took 10. And I said, y'all can have the ones that's in the box. And I put mine in a Ziploc bag. And I said, don't touch the ones that's in the Ziploc, because you know they have to stay frozen. And I said, don't touch the ones that's in that Ziploc bag. Those are mine. And I said, I'm sharing with y'all. I said, but y'all gonna have to, you know, y'all gotta help me. I said, y'all can't, you know, y'all can't just gobble up my food and then, you know. And, well, anyway, so everything that I was doing, you know, I was dividing it, which is fair. And I'm gonna see how well it's gonna work. But as far as my eating goes, y'all know those, the Slim Fast replacement drinks that you can get. I've been drinking them every morning because I haven't really been really hungry for breakfast. So I've been drinking those for breakfast every morning. And I think they have 1 or 2 carbs. I can't remember. Not many, but it's 1 or 2 carbs. But it's the keto one, you know. So it's low carb. And I'm eating a lot of and I eat broccoli. I love broccoli. I can't find a lot of vegetables that I like that is low carb that I can have. So I'm hoping that I don't get wore out on broccoli, because so far I've had it sauteed in butter. I've had it grilled. I've had it broiled. I've had it boiled. I've had it steamed. I've had it every way you can think of. Okay, well, anyway, I was on YouTube the other night. I couldn't sleep. And I found tomatoes, but maters, and I could have those. And I love sliced tomatoes. You know, you slather them with some salt and pepper. Oh my God. I was on the phone with my friend the other night, other evening, and I got a cat in here, and it's into something, and I can't see it. Well, anyway, and she's I can't remember what her profession is, but she works in the medical care, and we was talking about, you know, my health condition and stuff like that. And I told her, I said, well, the doctor didn't say I couldn't have salt. And she says, you're bad. And I'm like, I know it. I says, but now I eat sea salt. And she says, no, that's not bad for you. She said, sea salt is actually better for you than regular, you know, idolized salt. And I said, well, I know that. I said, we've eaten sea salt for years. So, you know, and when I say I eat sliced tomatoes slathered in salt and pepper, I eat it with salt on it, but a lot of pepper, because I do eat a lot of pepper. And I like stuff, you know, hot, spicy. Well, anyway, so I found that. So, and then, so we had to go to Huntsville, Alabama the other day, and I pre-planned. Okay, so for a snack, I took, you know, them cheese bars, you can buy them in the pack at, you know, grocery store, and I think it comes like 10 or so, and they're individually packaged, and I call them cheese bars because they look like a little gold bar, you know, they're like this right here. And I have one of them either with a little Slim Jim or with some almonds, the 100-calorie almonds, the little packs of them. And I took that, and then we stopped at Kroger, and I got some chicken salad for lunch, and we had the sliced tomatoes. So good choices. But yeah, so I've had a really good week this week. A really good week. I have stayed within my 20 grams of carbs, which is a good thing. I don't think I've done, I'm looking at my book right now for this entire week, and I don't think that I've gone over on anything. And I haven't cheated on anything. And it's just kind of different for me because I am so used to counting calories. Every diet that I've ever been on in my entire life, I've counted calories. I've never actually counted, carbs. Carbs is much easier. I mean, it's restrictive, but it's not, I mean, if you just take out the starches and the sugars, you're good to go. Yeah, you're good to go. But okay, so we got that taken care of. Now for the exercise, okay, that is a different story. Exercise, let me go to my exercise page. Okay, so day 1, we got on the bicycles and we rode for 4 miles. So we did really good. We're not going back up to the 7 Islands Bird Park because we went up there and there was a whole bunch of people. I mean, gobs and gobs of people. And we was staying to the right side of, the little road. And the people was just walking across, they was walking all the way into the road. They wouldn't move out of the way. They, they was just blocking the roads. And I'm like, so we literally had to get off the bikes and start walking. And I just thought that was so rude. So rude. So we're going to find a alternate place to ride. But anyway, we rode the bicycles for 2 days, and then I had to drag my exercycle back out, my Swin back out, because it got cold. It started getting cold. Well, if you live in Tennessee, you know how the weather is here, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So you never know what kind of weather you're going to have. Okay, so I've had this exercise cycle for 3-4 years, something like that. I can't remember. Well, anyway, as long as I've had it, I've had issues with it because it's not that it doesn't work. It works perfectly. But I think in my last video, I was telling y'all that instead of the seat sitting perfectly level like this, it sits like this, and it feels like I'm falling forward, like I'm gonna fall off. Well, anyway, so I told hubby, I said, I need you to adjust the seat because I need to be able to use this. And I've had it for all this time, and I haven't really been able to use it. Now, granted, I can't use the arm bars on it because I still don't really have any upper body strength. So, well, anyway, hubby comes in here and he gets some tools, and he takes the seat completely out. And he comes in about 15-20 minutes later. He about ripped the whole end of his finger off. I don't know what he did. But blood is shooting everywhere. And yeah. Well, anyway, so he got it now to where it sits, you know, instead of it sitting like this, it sits kind of like this. So it's comfortable, it's fine. But now it does twist, okay? And I have rode it every day except for yesterday. And I have rode it 4 miles, let me see, 4 miles the first day, and then 5 miles, 5 miles. Friday, I rode it 5.5 miles. Okay, and it took me 30 minutes to ride it 5.5 miles. Today, I rode it 5 miles, and it took me 25 minutes to ride it 5 miles. So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But I think what I'm going to do is continue to ride it just like the 5 miles. Because I was going to try to get up to 10 miles. But I think doing 5 miles is pretty good. You know. And I think I want to do, I want to do twice a day maybe. If I get time. But what was funny is Friday, I did 5.5 miles. Okay, so I get off the bike, and every time I ride the bike, my legs is rubbery when I get off. Y'all need to understand that, because this girl has not exercised in quite a while. Well, my friend Rachel, she messaged me on Facebook, and she says, I'm in that mood. I want to go walking you up for a walk at Seven Islands Bird Park. And I'm like, oh. I went. And we walked, because I put it on my watch, and we walked for about, it was about 3.5, 4 miles that we walked. Oh my Lord, when I got home that night, and I wasn't really feeling it until I got home. But when I got home, oh Jesus, my legs, they was feeling it. Was they ever feeling it? But I'm going to tell you this, because I can't use the bars on the bike. I put my hands like this right here on my hips, and when I do, and my one knee comes up, which makes my shoulder go down, so I'm doing this motion the whole time, and I can feel that in my abs. I'm telling you. And even after I stop, you know, using the bike, I can feel it in my abs. I can walk to the bathroom and I can feel it in my abs. So I told my husband, I said, Joey, I said, in a month's time, I'm hoping I have some killer abs. I do. I'm hoping that when I do my measurements on my first month's measurements, oh, I'm hoping I have some good numbers. But anyway, but yeah, this was a really good week. Okay, so no cheating, everything just yes. I am tickled to death that everything just went like it was supposed to. And I'm not saying I didn't have, you know, I wasn't tempted. I was, you know. And now one other thing is that I was reading, and if anybody knows any different, let me know. But I was reading online that in moderation you can have blackberries. So I was thinking of taking and making a low carb blackberry cobbler without, you know, the bread stuff, you know. So yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts on that. Anyway, so I think I think that's about all my news. Anyway, so so I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and God bless. And y'all got this, ladies.